Hello there, namaste. So this is Alia Bhatt, most powerful monologue on parenting. And let's see if I have questions about that. I have my own strong personal beliefs on parenting. I have my own strong, I have two amazing parents, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely respectful, absolutely just two of the greatest people you could ever meet. And I will compare what's being said here to my parents and see if that even compares.
ले बच्चा तेरा खाना
थैंक यू
ईट में
कितना अच्छा बच्चा था किडो कभी भी नहीं रोता था
है ना मेरा स्वीट बच्चा दिन भर मेरे पीछे भागता रहता था मम्मा मम्मा मम्मा
हाँ तो रोने से बेहतर तो मम्मा 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 करना बेटर आइडिया था ना एटलीस्ट जो चाहिए होता था वो मिल तो जाता था
कितनी जल्दी बड़े हो जाते हैं ये बच्चे
आई नो
देख तो किडो को इतनी सी उम्र में कितना कुछ कर रहा है
अभी स्कॉलरशिप भी मिली है उसे हायर डिग्री के लिए हाँ फिर किसी बड़ी फर्म में इंटर्नशिप और वो कंपनी का नाम क्या है बताओ तू
डैड जस्ट स्टॉप इट नाउ यार
तुम सब सही कर रहे हो यू आर डूइंग द करेक्ट थिंग
अरे तू कुछ खा ही नहीं रही है फिर से डाइटिंग वाइटिंग कर रही है क्या
आई डोंट फील लाइक
थोड़ा तो कुछ खा
हो गया दे दो जो भी देना है
ये ले
याद है चंदा किडो कितना शांत और सुशील सा था ना मगर कायरा पटाखा थी अभी भी वैसी की वैसी है हाँ
पटाखा करेक्ट कहा और मेरे साथ तो सबसे ज्यादा गुस्सा मुंह बनाना चिढ़ना
तुम बच्चों को जरा सा भी अंदाजा नहीं कितना टफ काम है एक पेरेंट होना
Why?
And it's never ending.
Okay, I already have questions about the fact that they're praising their son continuously. And when it comes to the girl, they start calling out the faults. Anyone see favoritism? Anyone? I don't believe in that. I don't believe at all that there should be. Sure. Like, I even convinced my mother to admit it every now and then. Because she always goes, oh, I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite. My dad, on the other hand, will be like, my favorite right now is... That's the more believable answer. My favorite right now. That makes sense. Because there's no such thing as not having a favorite. And it's just right here. Like, my mother does her best to talk to people. And the fact that it's in front of others. You talk to them personally. You don't blab someone's issues. If someone else in the family brings up someone's issue, you shut it down immediately. You don't start talking about it. It's like, oh, she's always been that way. When it's obvious that she doesn't want to hear that.
कभी खत्म ही नहीं होता Once a parent, always a parent.
I agree.
No
Yep.
छुट्टी क्यों आशु
All parents should be awarded a Padma Bhushan.
Huh?
I love the food.
Yeah? Nice, thank
तो खत्म कर दो ना just end it
क्या
पेरेंट होने का काम खत्म कर दो ना बच्चे पालना इतना टफ काम है तो जस्ट एंड इट ना जस्ट एंड इट किसने कहा है पेरेंट्स बने रहने को किसने कहा है
Oh, I freaking love it. I freaking love it. This is how it's supposed to be. She understands. She understands. The parents, like, parenting is a full-time job. It absolutely is. It's a lifetime job. But you don't talk about it as if it's something that you have to do. You do it because you have a longing to do it. You have a longing to provide a better life for your children, to make sure they are settled, to make sure they have a future. If you don't believe in that wholeheartedly, why even consider yourself a parent? There's a difference between being a parent and being a parent. There is an absolute difference. Like, I had true parents. I can hold a discussion with them. I can argue with them on different things, even on philosophy, belief, things like that. We'll never see eye to eye. But I'm an adult. They are adults. We're grown adults that can now have truly adult discussions because my time of being under their yoke, I believe is the term, is no longer truly needed. They gave me the knowledge they could impart. If I have questions, I can come to them. They can answer them, but they can never, because they're always parents. They're always eager to be my parents. They will never choose not to be my parents. Why? Because they love when I come to them with a question, when I come to asking for help. They are eager to do it. They don't see it as a task that they have to do. They are eager to do it. There's an intent behind things. Just like people can use vulgarities and they could come across as jokes. And there's a difference between people who use vulgarities and actually mean the vulgarities. There's a complete difference between both those. I can use vulgarities with my friend, and he will laugh them off because he knows it means nothing. But if someone was to use the same vulgarities against him just because of the color of his skin and they actually truly believe that kind of stuff, it's a complete red flag. It is an absolute issue because there is intent behind people's meanings. I freaking agree with how she's going on a tirade about them complaining about being parents, about how it's a full-time job, it's something that lasts forever. You say that in jest. You always say that kind of stuff in jest, even as a parent. Like my mother, my father, they'll always say it, but they always say it in jest. Why? Because it's only around immediate family. It's only around, like if they're going to say something like that, it's only in front of me or my brothers. Or maybe the wives of the family, all my sister-in-laws. That's the only time they'll say it. They'll never say it as something around other people because it's something to be said in jest. Oh my gosh.
एक तो काम ठीक से शुरू नहीं किया और फिर I don't understand क्यों कंटिन्यू किए जा रहे हो? Just end it. Put an end to it. जब बच्चों को आपकी सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत होती है तब आप आराम से छोड़ के चले जाते हो और फिर पूरी लाइफ ऐसे कंप्लेन करते रहते हो कि ये मुंह बनाती है, ये करती है, वो करती है। बच्चे पैदा करने का आइडिया किसका था? आपका, करेक्ट? और फिर जो चाहा उनके साथ किया, whatever you wanted, okay? और फिर ब्लेम भी हम पे ही डालते हो। And you say tough है।
It's not the kid's fault. It's never the kid's fault. Like, that's the thing. The kids have choices, can make their own choices, and you can punish them based on their choices. But you can never punish a child for the fact that they were born. That is never, like, that's why I don't believe in, like, taking a child before they have a chance to be birthed. I'm against that wholeheartedly because it's not the child's fault. It is the two adults' fault for conceiving a child they weren't prepared for. Put them up for adoption. There are plenty of other avenues. Sure, it could hurt the woman's body, but it was their own mistake in the first place. There are plenty of avenues, plenty of things. Like I'm probably gonna get hate for this comment, but for saying that, I'm gonna get hate for saying that. But that's the thing. It's like she's absolutely right. She is absolutely right. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's supposed to be like. I always joke with my mother that she made a mistake having too many kids. There are 5 boys in my family. 5 of us. And you parents out there that have sons, you know how much the boys eat. Especially the mothers. You know exactly how much the boys eat. Keep in mind, me and my brothers are all over 6 feet tall. We're all linebackers. There's a pack of linebackers that my parents had to feed. And it is just absolutely... And I would always joke with them that they had too many kids. And my mother's always like, no, we had just the right amount. And my father will always joke about how he just kept trying to have a daughter. He just wanted that daughter. Never came true until, 7 years ago? He got his first daughter-in-law. But yeah, it's just like, that's what he wanted. He wanted a girl. And my mother just kept having boys. So he gave up after 5. It's just like, well, it's not going to happen. We don't need a 6th son. But yeah, it's you joke about those kinds. It's something that's fun. It's fun when my parents talk like that. It's fun because I can joke with them about it. It's like they should have stopped at 3. They had too many kids. We can't afford anything because you guys made the mistake of having sons. There was no mistake. It's a fun banter with family, but the fact there is no tough. It's for the sons to complain with the parents or the children to complain with the parents. It's like, why'd you have so many of us? Than it is for the parents to say, oh, you guys are a huge responsibility. Oh, it's been difficult with you guys around. That makes the kids feel unwanted. That makes the kids feel unwanted and as if they were a mistake. Children are never a mistake. Never a mistake. I hate that. Like, it was like, oh, you were a mistake. Oh, we didn't use contraceptives. Oh, we didn't. A child is never a mistake. A child is never a mistake. Oh, I'm a firm believer of that. I'm a firm believer of that. Whether I have kids of my own or not, a child is never a mistake. A child is a gift. A stressful gift sometimes, but it's still a gift. It's a chance for you to impart your knowledge onto the next generation. Try to make the world a better place by teaching your mistakes to your child, letting them know what you did wrong. And that's a key factor. Letting your child know what you did wrong and what they can do better. Because as long as they know that you're fallible as well, it becomes easier for them to especially in their teenage years. Especially in their teenage years. Oof. Oof. Dang.
What do you mean by tough hai, man? Tough hai my foot? How could you just abandon me? कैसे किया आपने ये? हाँ? कैसे किया आपने ये? मुझे छोड़ के कैसे जा सकते थे आप दोनों? और वापस भी इसलिए लिया क्योंकि मैं सेकंड स्टैंडर्ड में फेल हो गई. Yes, I failed the second standard. बाप रे, shame. Dumb Kaira failed the second standard. इतनी शर्म की बात थी आपके लिए. हाँ, कि आप all the way वापस आ गए इंडिया only because I failed the second standard. और जब मैं फाइनली खुश थी पैपी और नानी के घर में, मुझे वहां से भी ले गए. उनसे दूर कर दिया. Yes, पद्म भूषण just for that. और एक पटाखा, एक्चुअली बॉम्ब है मेरे पास. Are you ready? I have begun therapy. Yes, मैं दिमाग के डॉक्टर के पास जा रही हूँ. तो अगर आप मेरे पीठ पे से मुझे पागल बनाने वाले, just say it to me right now. Say it on my face. Come on.
Oof. 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 That is gold. That is gold. Because that's the thing, a lot of people, like, I have an issue, especially when it comes to family, saying things behind their back. So if I have an issue with something that's going on with my siblings, I will actually go to my mother. Like, I will go to her and let her know my feelings on a topic, and she will either talk me down off the ledge before I end up saying, because I've had a bad habit growing up where I'd say immediately what I felt. I've had to blind myself to like my brother's relationships, because in the beginning of them, I would speak my mind, and whether it was true or not, it distanced myself from my brothers. It would distance myself because my oldest brother, I despised his first relationship. That didn't turn out well, but I despised her. And I let her know, I let him know. And he did not talk to me really for a long time. He kind of ignored me, which I was okay with. I've always been a solo character. But it's one of those things, you need someone to guide you. Make sure you say the right things at the right time. Make sure you talk to people about it. Using the word crazy is something you do in jest. You do it in jest. You don't talk behind someone's back. You'll go like, you'll look at them and be like, oh, you're saying to a psychiatrist. Oh, you're a bit crazy, aren't you? You're a bit crazy, aren't you? Yeah. But you do it because you care. You do it because, and it is different for guys than it is for women. Guys can only get along if you're ribbing each other. If a group of guys isn't making fun of each other, they are not true friends. That's just a firm belief I have. If you can't take criticism from your friends and they can't take criticism from you, you guys are not true friends. But yeah, the fact that she's like, you guys are going to talk behind my back, you guys are going to be saying all this, just say it now. Just say it now. You guys are petty, you guys are childish, you guys never grew up. That's the truth. That's the truth. There are people who have never grown up. I've met people who are far older than me who have never grown past their high school years. They still believe they are high schoolers. They still live their life like high schoolers. They still have the petty drama as in high school. And it's just, you guys are adults. You guys are supposed to be more mature. You guys are supposed to grow up. Actually grow up. And she's calling it out. It's like everyone there is childish. She's seeing a therapist. they're all going to call her crazy. So might as well call her crazy. Do it to her face. So then at least she's like, she asked for it. Oh.
Sit! Sit! I'm crazy! Cuckoo! Kyra's gone mad! Mad!
Now they act as if they care.
यही सोच है ना आप सबकी? मुझे
That's the
इसी को
thing I
पागल
hate.
समझते हो।
That's the thing I hate. I want to see this movie. I want to see this movie. Because that's the thing I hate right there. You start speaking the truth, and everyone else, the tears start falling. Why? Because they feel hurt. They are being called out for their thing. And it becomes about them. It's going to become about them. It's not going to be, like, that's the thing. It's never going to take hold because it becomes about them. Everyone gets on the defensive when things get pointed out to them. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. No matter how logical you can be in a discussion, people get on the defensive when it comes to emotion. Oof. 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 Yeah. Oh my gosh. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Like, that's the thing. It's like there are aspects about that which just seemed sad to begin with. Like I called it out from the beginning, the way they were talking about the daughter, the way they obviously showed favoritism to the son. And sadly, and I'll just say in some cultures, and even the culture that my dad resides from, that's normally the case where the male takes priority. The male is seen as the one that matters, and the daughter is put to the wayside. No matter how much work they do, it's never enough. It is never enough. And I've always been of the mind that it shouldn't ever, like, you shouldn't have to put in the work. You shouldn't have to, do all this to appease your family. Your family should accept you no matter what. It has nothing to do with what they expect or what they want or what they believe your role should be as the girl of the house or even the son. It don't matter. It's what you want in the end. I guess that's why it's most powerful monologue on parenting. Why? She's not a parent, but she can see it with her own eyes. Like this thing, like, I have been blessed. I have been absolutely blessed with my parents. I have been blessed with being able to see the families in my mother's side of the family, how they are. I have an amazing aunt. I have an amazing uncle. I have had amazing grandparents. It's just, I have been able to witness that, what a true family dynamic is, what it means to sacrifice yourself on the altar of parenting without expecting anything in return. And that's what it means to be a parent. You do it because you know it's what's best. You do it because you love your children. They're not a job, even though it is a full-time job, but it's what you signed up for. Whether by accident or on purpose, it is a gift. It is a blessing to have a child. I've always firmly believed that. Like, I've always firmly believed that. I was sick growing up. Absolutely sick. Made my parents have such a hard time because I was always sick. But it was, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world because I got to see through how I was sick what it means to be a true parent. Because how my parents handled me, how my parents handled my siblings, how my parents dealt with the stress of having a incredibly ill child, an incredibly ill child. Yeah, I got to say, I was blessed with the parents I have. I am absolutely blessed because I have seen what dysfunctional families are, and I have seen what families that try to pretend to be functional are like. And it is disgusting to behold. It is absolutely disgusting to behold because me, and the type of personality I have, is difficult for me to hold my tongue. Like, I'll always talk to my wife about what I believe parenting is, what I believe family is, what I believe, all this stuff. But it is difficult to behold this stuff in like the world and see like how people get things so wrong. How people just don't understand what it means to be a parent, what it means to be a father, what it means to be a mother. Some people, again, don't have the mentality for it. A lot of people are so immature, they should have never had a child. And I feel sorry for the kids that they have, because those kids would probably been better off up for adoption. Because I have a family member, I'll just say. I have a family member who's been wanting to adopt for years now. Hasn't had the chance. Because too many people choose one option over the other. And there are those who are waiting for a child that can't have them. Oh, man. That was a good speech. A good speech. I agree with her wholeheartedly. I don't like the talking behind people's backs, finding an understanding. When it comes to things like that, you talk to someone face to face. Normally, that's what a parent's job is. Like for me, if I have an issue or I find something, I talk to my parent. And they'll try to get me to rationalize and understand. Kind of, sometimes. Not all the time, let's be honest. I'm a very, very stubborn type of person, so it doesn't always work out. I'll stand by what I believe, but I won't need to relay it because, again, it's not my life. It's not my life. It's for people in my family to figure out their own issues. Whew. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to definitely stop it there. Oh, talk to you next time. Toodles.
You guys get the video? So bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Why is like that?